has entered the shallowed walls of the Hall of Shame this week? Who has been crowned the captain of coonery this week? Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Wanksta of the Week. Now, this week, I've got to give it to someone who's slightly outside of the hip-hop/urban spectrum, because this statement that this Wanksta made, it was too much for me to pass up and just ignore. So on that note, I got to give the Wanksta to former presidential candidate Sarah Palin. Now, the reason why Miss Palin is getting the Wanksta of the Week is because of some comments that she made at a Donald Trump rally. Now, first and foremost, if you're supporting Donald Trump, then you're already on the Mac Wanksta. I'm just sorry. It's how it is. But nonetheless, the comments that she made were so egregious that I had to induct her into this week's Hall of Shame. And here are the statements that she made. She made statements in regards to Trump, to all the black Trump protesters who have been, at the rallies trying to protest against him. And basically, she had some unflattering comments, to say the least. And this is what she said, and I quote, "What we don't have time for is all that petty, punk-ass little thuggery stuff that's been going on with these protesters who are doing nothing but wasting your time and trying to take away your First Amendment rights. Your rights to assemble peacefully. And the media being on the thug side. What the heck are you guys thinking, media? It doesn't make sense. Well, you all get it." The only person that doesn't get it is you, Miss Palin, because here's the first thing that I gotta mention now. So, if you guys watch, any type of a right-wing media, then you guys know that when they use the term thug to describe a black person, they're basically calling them the N-word without calling them the N-word. It's just coded language that they use so that they don't come across as racist, but really they do. And that's just one of the many forms of racism, okay? Secondly, she mentioned in her quotes that they are taking away your First Amendment rights to assemble peacefully. And that's the greatest irony of it all, because if you've ever watched a Trump rally throughout the weeks and the months, then you know that there's nothing peaceful about these rallies at all. They verbally abuse people who aren't white to leave the premises, and if that isn't bad enough, if you're black, if you're a Muslim, if you're any color, culture, or creed, then they literally bum rush you out of that hall immediately. They will push you, shove you, punch you, kick you in the stomach, spit in your face. And what does Trump have to say about it? He says, "Get them out of here." Really? So to assemble peacefully couldn't be further from the truth. And thirdly, which is probably the greatest irony of them all, Sarah Palin is infamous for having more than a few men of color as her boyfriends back in college. It's pretty well known that she had a little jungle fever thing going on while she was studying in them books, but I don't think she was really studying in them books, if you know what I mean. So I find it ironic that the same dudes that you rocked the Casbah with a whole long time ago are the same type of people that you're bashing and calling thugs. And for people who don't believe me in the term that thug is used to describe black people as the N-word, just go over to any Geraldo Rivera or Bill O'Reilly podcast or anything of the sort, and they will let you know what the language that they use. I've even heard them say that there are white thugs out there. So to say that thug is only exclusive to black people, I mean, that should really turn your gears a little bit here and there. But nonetheless, going back to Palin, just because of the rhetoric that she was using, I can't give her a pass. I got to give her that Wanksta, because at the end of the day, you can't use that language to describe people of color just because they don't agree with your ideologies. And the type of ideologies that Trump is trying to impress upon on America, should he win this election, then we are witnessing the 2.0 version of Hitler. All he's missing is a little weird mustache and the black hair and his hand going up in the air like this. That's all he's missing. Because at the end of the day, this guy is not trying to bring people together. He's trying to divide people. Another form of racism, which is to divide every sect from one another. The guy is talking about building a wall in front of Mexico, for God's sakes. And it's ironic enough that Mexico was actually one point in time the U.S. of America. But hey, they'll never teach you that in the history books. But nonetheless, I sip my tea to that. Palin, are you getting this Wanksta? Of course you are. And I'm gonna drop it one more time, just like this.
Woo!